I left. I fly out in like the next hour or so. But man, thank you so much for having me here. Like, and everybody else here at the school, like I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like I've seen Oak Hill. We got Greater Atlanta Christian Academy back home in Atlanta where Dwight Howard went. I've never seen this many people like from different places all over the world together the way y'all are. Like y'all look like a family and y'all treat each other as such. One thing I want to do though is I want to warn you, because what happens a lot of time when you join a family is other people who aren't a part of that family want to tell you what your family should be doing. Like if you think about it, when you're at home with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, whoever you've ever grown up with, other people always have opinions about what you should be doing. Or they try to like throw salt on things they don't have all the information on. And so when you guys have success and you go to these tournaments or you play in all these different exposure events, there's going to be outsiders. And I'm not talking about coaches that want to see you do well, like a recruiter or someone that wants to like take you to another level. I'm talking about somebody who's just jealous. They just want to see you leave where you're at and go somewhere else because they want to use you. You got to watch out for that. You're going to have to safeguard your heart, because when you experience success, it can sometimes go straight to your head. And it can almost like literally derail your life. You could be going this way one moment, and then somebody gives you a little bit of confidence, and your ego gets boosted up, and then boom, you're headed in the opposite direction because of one decision. One guy y'all probably have never heard of, and it's for bad reasons and good reasons, is a guy by the name of Stephen Thomas. Stephen Thomas is a player that I train. He's 32, 33 years old, and he's been playing over in Asia and all over the world for like the past decade, like maybe 10 years now. But he was supposed to be in the NBA. He didn't get cheated out of anything. It wasn't politics. Stephen screwed himself. He went from being on the cover of Sports Illustrated with David Lee. Back when David Lee was at Florida, Stephen played at University of Georgia in Athens. He was the #1 big man in the nation. He was lottery pick. Y'all know when you go lottery, that's guaranteed money, right? You know, 2-3 years, enough money to basically change your whole life, your family, your kids are straight. You know, he went from all that to it being gone in an instant. Steve was accused of rape, I think his junior season. He didn't do it. The girl was lying. She was just upset because he wouldn't sleep with her. So she just threw some dirt on his name. But he beat the case. So he had to transfer to Middle Tennessee State because Georgia didn't want the bad publicity. He was still on the radar though. He still had an opportunity to make the NBA. Well, long story short, the draft comes, his name doesn't get called. But he gets a call from the Milwaukee Bucks. He had an opportunity to play with Milwaukee Bucks and the Memphis Grizzlies. This one, Rudy Gay was on the Grizzlies. Yep, he was their franchise basically. Like they were gonna build a team around him. Another dude, man, I can't remember his name. He was tall, lanky. He came from Syracuse. So Steven's at training camp with all these guys. He's making it through like the first week of the camp. They told him what his role was going to be, and man, he played it to a T. He was doing great. Everybody loved him. They get to the last day of training camp. Everybody was saying, hey bro, we need to just go out, you know, turn up a little bit, relax. You know, we've been going hard all week. Let's go see the city. Steve is a low-key guy, like some of y'all, you know. Y'all funny guys, you like to, you know, be clowns and everything, but you're not extra. You know what I'm saying? You don't go out and just act like an a-hole. Steve knew if he went out with these dudes, like, he was going to get into something. But he said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just relax. So they go out and get drunk, they smoke some bud, they bring some girls back to the hotel. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Everybody in the NBA does that, right? Mm-hmm. So they get back to the hotel. Steve is blowed out of his mind. Like he can't see straight. He's holding on to the wall, just to walk. Now he's telling me this whole story. We used to sit in the gym after our workout, and he was just telling me like what the NBA was like during his time there. He said he's holding on to the wall, and he hits the button on the elevator to go up. And so he can't see when the door is open. So he just staggers in. He grabs a little railing. Beautiful elevator, beautiful hotel. He's got his head down because he's just trying to breathe, man. I don't know if you've ever been high before, but there's sometimes when you're so high, you don't even know where you're at. And he's just trying to breathe and take in some oxygen. And Coach Lionel Hollins, who at that time was the head coach of the Grizzlies, gets on the elevator. Steve can't see him because he's 7 feet tall. So wherever Steve go, you can't help but miss him. I mean, he's in front of you. You can't see the sun around him. He's a big dude, he's well put together. Lionel Hollins in the elevator. Steve said as soon as he looked up and saw Lionel, he knew Lionel smelt it on him. He could see, obviously he wasn't there, it wasn't clear. Lionel didn't say nothing to him, he didn't say nothing to Lionel. But they went up like 10 floors. Now before that, Lionel only had good things to say about Steve. Only good things. He would talk to the media, they'd be like, who's the one player that you think, had a chance to make the team? He'd be like, it's Steven Thomas. He's gonna be our X factor. You went from being almost a rape charge, recipient, going to prison for probably 20, 30 years, to now, bro, you about to live out your dream. You had to hustle and fight and overcome, but you're still here. So now one elevator ride costing him everything. So he said the next day, they were practicing, Rudy Gay, all these other guys, they're in there. But it was the last day. He said he was playing, he played well. And then he was in the locker room and everybody's laughing and stuff about all the girls they smashed and everything they did at the club. And so all of a sudden, one of the trainers comes to the locker room and he says, hey, we need to speak to Steve. So, if you've ever seen like Hard Knocks, like the NFL series, or if you've ever seen like All Access with Kentucky, it's either a good or a bad thing. It's never just like the coach wants to just say hi to you. He goes to the office, Coach Lionel's in there, the assistant coaches are in there, the GM's in there, and one of the owners. And he said, man, we just want to thank you for the time that you've been here. And what does that sound like to you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not saying, hey, here's your contract. No, we just want to tell you that we appreciate you. Man, you've given us great energy this week. Hashim Thabit, that's what I was trying to remember before. He was killing Hashim. And Hashim out of UConn that year, he made a name for himself because he was on that Kemba team. Yeah. So if you're killing the leading shot blocker in the nation, leading rebounder in the nation, what is it that you need to do to make it to the NBA? It's not like he didn't play well enough. So he walked away from that experience basically knowing that he shot himself in the head. Like he killed his own opportunity. It was gone, it was over with. Not because Lionel saw him light one up, not because Lionel walked in on him with a glass table and like cocaine lines or saw anything else crazy like that. He just smelled it and he could just tell this was a guy that can't handle success. He hasn't even received the contract yet and he's already celebrating. All of you in this room, you're at a great school like Redemption. Some of you will have the opportunity to play NCAA Division I basketball, Division II basketball. Some of you will become professionals one day. But why on God's green earth do you think it's okay to celebrate before the egg even hatches? Like, who are you right now?
Nobody.
No, I'm not trying to put you down. That's not my intention. I'm trying to encourage you. But who are you at this point to think that you can relax? That you can take the night off, the day off, the week off, 5 minutes off. It might not even be something like going to a party and doing a bunch of like crazy sinful things. It could be going on your social media and just posting something reckless. Something that's not like very in line with your character. Like, you mad about something. If you're any person of color right now, you live in the United States, this is a hard place to be in. You see police shooting people. You see folks like coming up missing and dying, buildings on fire, churches getting shot up by random dudes just walking, and then the dude beat the case because he pretends that he's crazy. Police officers, nothing. They don't get no sentencing for what they're doing right now. All of this stuff happening right now, and you decide to get on your social media and talk about it. But when you get on and talk about it, you vent your frustration. You don't say something like constructive. You're not trying to bring us together. You driving a wedge. A coach sees that, he don't want you. You see what they do in the Kaepernick, right? So you gotta be smart, you gotta be wise, you have to understand that it only takes one. It takes your whole life to make it to the NBA. Think about it, it takes your whole life to make it to a professional overseas contract. It took some of y'all whole life to just make it to America. But it only takes one moment to kill it all. I've done a lot of good in my life, but guess what? If I go and I do something crazy tomorrow, no one remembers all the good. Oh, but God forgives, you're right. But other people don't. God gives second chances, that's true. But there's a such thing as consequences. You understand? So I want to leave y'all with something. This is like a kind of a mental exercise. I want to ask you to rate yourself. I'm going to give you 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And you don't have to respond, you don't have to raise your hand, but when I give definitions for each one of these numbers, I just want you to think long and hard about which one of these you are. Number 1s are people that decide to do whatever feels right to them. Like, they look out into the world, they see that there needs to be a change made, or maybe they have dreams, aspiration, goals, and they just chase after them. No one has to tell them anything. Like Coach says, 5 a.m. workouts are tomorrow, right? A number 1 is the type of person that be like, 5 a.m., all right, I'll be there. They don't need to ask you, are you going? They don't need to check and see if they have an early class, or they don't worry about how their body feels tonight, they're going. They don't care about how much sleep they got, they're there. And they might even be a little early, right? Kobe Bryant is a 1, right? Tupac Shakur is a 1. Abraham Lincoln was a 1. He abolished slavery and everybody hated that. Okay, a 2. A 2 is someone like a 1. They make decisions based on what they want to do. They have dreams, goals, and aspirations as well. But at times, if they see a number 1 or somebody that they believe in or somebody that relates to them, it's easier for them to go ahead and follow suit. So if we put it in basketball terms, that's like Scottie. Scottie Pippen was a killer. They made it to Eastern Conference Finals without MJ. They were a couple shots away from making it to the finals without MJ. But Scottie still needs Mike at times, right? So Scottie ain't bad, 2s ain't bad. You might be that. A 3 is what you would say, not the majority, but a lot of people. 3s, they know right from wrong, they know what they want in life, but they definitely need to see a couple people do it before they go and do it. So if you got a few people that they respect going to the gym at 5 a.m., it's like, chill, I'm gonna be there, bro. But knock on my door though, wake me up, B. Wake me up, B. You know what I'm saying? That's your teammate that you shaking them in the morning, and you like, yo, I'm up, man. Come on, chill. But you know he coming though. He might be late. You know what I'm saying? He ain't brush his teeth. She ain't comb her hair. No deodorant, but they show up. No preparation. It's like, but as long as you go, I'm gonna go. If you don't go, I'm not there. Yo, I went. Y'all ain't show up. I'm not coming tomorrow, man. That's the last time I do that. My teammates are 3. If Korey ain't there, ain't nobody there. 4, that's the dude you don't want on your team. That's the lady you don't want in your corner. You don't want a friend that's a 4. 4s need to see everybody do something before they do it. You feel me? 4s are like J.R. Smith. They young. For real, they got potential, they got talent, and they want the same thing that you want. They want to be great. But nah, unless we're going that way as a group, I'm definitely not going to step up and do it alone or not be one of the few. No, I need y'all with me. They're the ones that be like 5 a.m. tomorrow, okay, but can't, what if we're 5 minutes late? Yo, is that okay? You gonna let us eat breakfast, coach? Dang, but I got an early cut. They make a bunch of excuses. Most of the world is comprised of 4s. 3s and 4s. People that know what they want, people that have dreams, but they're not willing to just go by themselves, to step out, get lost in the process, lose, take a L. I once heard somebody define success is a person riding a motorcycle, right? And he knows he wants to go from California all the way over to Boston, Massachusetts, way over here. And so he's on this motorcycle, or she's on the motorcycle, and they don't know where they are on the way. They just know they gotta go east. That's all they know. Success is over here, I'm right here. So I just gotta keep going, right? But along the way, they have to stop. Get gas, refuel, eat, sleep, whatever. And so they ask somebody yo, where am I? So the person they ask says, you must be lost. No, I'm not lost. Well, you don't know where you are, so you must be lost. You need to go back where you came from, or you need to GPS it. And then you got all these other people pulling next to him like, yo, like, you know where you at? Like, baby, you off the beaten path. Go back, it's dangerous. That's really what life is. That's what success is. Everybody you know probably is telling you, you where? Northfield? Where is Northfield? They come out here, they be like, yo, where my bars at, B? Like, where the Wi-Fi? Where we at? We lost. You not lost though. You feeling like, nah, I'm on my way somewhere. I'm just happy to not be where I was. It might take me a little while, but I'm gonna get there. This in-between stuff, that doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'm good. You can't pay attention to the folks that's scared to get lost. Because you know you're not lost. You know you're on your way to your destination. Most people, they want to be in that destination with you, but they don't want to go along for that bumpy ride. They don't want to go where there's no trail. They don't want to go where they can't see the trees from the forest. That's lonely. Mountaintop, can't a few people fit up there? You're going to have to lose some friends. Your family going to have to disown you. My parents made fun of me when I went back to college at the age of 23. My mother, she didn't believe in my business when I first started it. I actually had a millionaire tell me, he was like trying to mentor me and stuff, and he was like, why would you want to train athletes and charge them money when they don't even do it for free? They don't want to work out for free. That made sense, but at the same time, it's like, I can't listen to you. You're playing it safe. You made your money just doing safe things. We don't come from the same place. He had it laid out for him, so it's not. So I'm saying to you guys and you ladies here right now, I've told you the story about my guy Steve, who lost it all, but yet, you know, he's made a life for himself over in the Philippines. That's where he is now. I think he played in the Philippines for 5 months, and now he's actually on a flight to go to like South Korea or North Korea. Then I just told you to think about whether you're a 1, 2, 3, or 4. But really, you can scrap all that, and honestly, I'm going to leave you with the question is, what are you afraid of? So you won't work hard in the classroom. That's fear. That's something that you're afraid of. Either you're afraid of looking dumb, you're afraid of seeming stupid or ignorant, so you don't want to try too hard. You play it safe. Oh, I don't want to wake up early in the morning. Why don't you wake up early? Is it because you're afraid that once you work hard for like a whole off season or a whole year, that if you still aren't good enough or you still don't compare to these other players, you'll feel bad like, man, I put in all that work and I'm still not good enough, or I still didn't get no D1 offers, or I'm still not getting the opportunities that I wish I had. You want to leave redemption. You want to go home. What is it you're afraid of? Being in a different place? Not being able to understand what other people are saying because you don't speak English that well? Feeling like a foreigner? What are you afraid of? I can talk to you about goal setting. I can talk to you about inspiration. Man, all that stuff is bull. For real? Set goals. For what? If you scared, what? Like, what goals you gonna reach? You want me to be like Eric Thomas, be up here, if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you'll be successful. Like, he's great, don't get me wrong. All the inspirational speakers are good, but come on, man. If you are afraid to try, I don't care how bad you want it. Wanting it ain't enough. You gotta be okay with messing up. You gotta be okay with taking the L. You really think when I go out there and play with y'all, like I really think I can hang with y'all? No. I know that. Y'all are in school for one reason, to do what? Hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, them days have passed for me. I'm 28. I'm not saying I'm super old, but I don't have the time to like be like you guys. Y'all are killers. You know what I'm saying? You roll with killers, it's kill or be killed. But I'm still gonna go out there. Why? I don't care what you think about me. I love the game just as much as you. And that's the reason why I'm still going for what I want. How can I get up here and speak to you when I have no formal training? I don't have no NBA championships. I didn't play overseas. I don't have no resume that makes y'all think highly of me. I'm not afraid. Not afraid. I'm not afraid to get up here and look stupid. So what's your platform? What's your goal? What's your purpose? What is it that you want in life that's got you shook right now? I heard a boxer, a heavyweight boxer, George Foreman. He said, courage is just like being afraid and then just stepping out there and knocking somebody out anyway, or getting knocked out anyway. It's literally like the referee, he's talking to y'all, y'all touch gloves, and you shook. Like you know, like you're nervous. But then you go back to your corner, and you put your mouth guard in, you jump up and down a few times, and you come out and it's like, psh, whatever. Like, if I die, I die. If I kill him, psh, so what? But I'm not leaving out this ring without having completed my mission, the reason why I came here. And that's to fight another man. Those young ladies y'all play, those young men y'all play, they put their shoes, their shorts, everything on the same way you do. These people that you know who have made it from redemption, they were just like you. Lamar Odom was just like y'all. Mike James just like y'all. The only difference is they got opportunities they capitalized on. Did they have talent? Yeah, but so do you. So, I don't know how else to sugarcoat it. I can't really give y'all like some type of rah-rah type speech to make y'all all jump on these desks and go nuts. Like, I ain't got that for you. It's literally like, get the fear out your life. Have some faith. Stop doubting. Take a chance. Take a risk. Show up for every opportunity that this man and this woman have given you. Like, if it's the opportunity to come in for tutoring, then take full advantage of it. If it's the opportunity to come in the gym and get extra work, like my man said, they need to come at 5 a.m., you need to come. And I told Frenchie, no more missing workouts, right? No more. Why? By the time you guys get to the end of your time period here, you're going to look back and either have regrets, like, man, I should have went harder. Or you're going to be like, I didn't cut no corners. I did everything I could. And at the end of the day, man, you can sleep when you know you've done all you can. You can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I like myself. Whatever happened, like, I did what I could. But don't be like Steve, you walking in the elevator smelling like hydrogen. You know, don't be like all these other people you hear about who it's like fear just choked their opportunities out. I had a player named Jahari Copeland. This is the last story I'll tell you. He was getting recruited by Shaka Smart. He's a point guard. He's smaller than you guys. Like, he's tiny, little guy. But he's a bucket. Like, he's a walking bucket. Every time he touched the ball, he's trying to give you. Like, he would go 1-on-5 if you let him. The only people he listens to is me and like me. Like, that's it. And I'm not his coach. So he's always bounced from team to team to team. He's played for like almost every team he can play for on the EYBL circuit because honestly, like, he don't like listening to instructions. So he's getting recruited by Shaka Smart at Texas and a few other mid-major colleges, but that's his biggest offer. This summer, I will have to go and visit his house every other day because he stayed in a home that was filled with like drugs and a bunch of other stuff. His mom had went to prison when he was a kid because she had to steal for them to survive. She credit card scam. You know what that is? When you steal credit card numbers and you swipe and all that. So she had to do that just so they can have food. So now he lives with his grandparents. It's his senior year. You know, he's feeling himself. One of his teammates went to UNC to play for the Tar Heels, so coaches was kind of around all the time. So he was getting recruited somewhat off that. So he's thinking like, man, I'm going D1. Like, ain't no other option. But now he's feeling himself, so he burning it down every other day. He come to workouts. I've known him since he was 11. So I know when he's high. He's never done it before, but like I can look at him and tell something's different. He can't breathe in the workout. He's throwing up. He's never thrown up in a workout. You know what I'm saying? He's worked out with D1 players and pro players and ran circles around them, and now he's throwing up. So I started getting real with him, like, man, what's up? What's going on? He's smashing chicks, sleeping around. He's not coming home at night no more. His grandparents don't know where he at. He's staying in like some like trap house. Just laid up. Yeah, abandoned. So I go and I try to find him. I ask his brothers for the address. They like, you want to go where? I'm like, man, tell me where he at. Oh, I don't know. Like, I think it's out. Man, shut up and tell me where he at. Oh, you go. So I hop in the whip. I just start driving. I'm asking random people like, oh, you seen so-and-so? Yeah, over there. So I find my way. I get there and dude open the door. oh, what's up, bro? Who you here for? Man, watch out. You know how people looking at you when you're in the wrong place, like, you know where you at? I'm like, watch out. So I go inside. Everybody in there, like, just on go mode, ready to either shoot me or throw me out on my head or whatever, but it didn't matter to me. I go upstairs, he laid up in the bed, KO, smell like weed, just snoring out like, no shirt on. He done lost weight. Like I said, he's a little guy, but we put muscle on him, so now he looks like a toothpick because he's been gone for weeks. I wake him up, and the dude literally says, I'm not going home. I'm not going to college. I'm not doing none of that. Like, this is my life. I'm like, what? Like, you've been working since you were 11 years old, and you mean to tell me, like, this is it? One summer, you done got a couple strokes in the box, a couple girls done wet your junk, and you thinking, like, I'm good. Like, I'm a hood legend now. I'm known around this area. I'm good with this. What? He's like, yeah, bro, I'm not going home. So long story short, he comes full circle. His family's praying for him. He came and he apologized. But all them opportunities was dead. Gone. He couldn't get himself back in shape. He couldn't make up for the AAU games he missed. He was an unsigned senior. Y'all don't play in both live periods. You only play in April when you're above 18. You know what I'm saying? So July, there's no time for anything. You're over 18 unless you play at a place like this. So he winds up going to a junior college with 20 other players on the team. And I say 16 of them guards. I'm not saying it's over for my boy. I believe in him, but one summer changed his life. He could have been wearing a Longhorn uniform at Texas with one of the best young coaches in the nation. And now he's at a place in Tennessee where 16, 17 other guards are all fighting for the same spot. So I said all that just to encourage y'all, man. Like, y'all are in such a beautiful place in y'all life, man. Like, this is, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you think, like, oh, we ain't got nothing here. Like, I've seen better. There's more gear at other schools. Man, forget that. They don't love you over there. They're not going to bend over backwards to give you what you need over there. I done seen it. I done gone to their schools and worked out their players. Them coaches do not care. It's literally a system. And whoever is the best, that's who they care about. Whoever ain't, you know what I'm saying, go find another place. So make the most of this, man. Enjoy this. Squeeze the life out of it. Bother a coach. Tristan, like, bother him. Ask him so many questions that he get tired of it. Coach, you gonna open the gym? Coach, you gonna? No, I'm not opening the gym. Like, he should be like pissed that y'all always asking him to get in the gym. Maybe he already is, I don't know. But y'all should be like asking him every chance you get. Make them people in the academic office or wherever like upset that you always coming in there asking for extra work, or that they can't do nothing but just smile when they see you because you're working so hard to get your education. Like, bro, when I was reading through all your letters and stuff, and all them pamphlets on the table, I literally thought it was one of theirs. Like, I'm thinking like those are recruitment letters. Like, man, who is Krishan? Like, man, this dude is a monster. Like, Oklahoma, SFA. Like, I'm thinking, okay, as soon as I meet Krishan, I'm gonna take a picture with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get my right there. Get my Instagram popping. Like, so I'm asking everybody their name. Like, how you doing?
You wait for that name.
Yeah, wait for that name. Like, he look like a hooper. No. Then they tell me, that's Krishan over there. I'm like, he was in the gym like, he ain't care. Like, this is the lady up there. He ain't care. He don't care. That's why I love him. Like, he just like, what's up? Who got next? You with me? All right, we good. Let's go. It was his team, not my team. He was running. But that's amazing, bro. Yeah, as soon as I talked to Coach about you, he had nothing but good things to say. Nothing but good. Like, man, he works really hard, like, he's driven, he knows what he wants. And maybe I'm wrong right now, maybe that's why they're laughing at you, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, bro, I'm impressed with not just the athletes, but the fact that everybody that comes here has an opportunity to be great at something. Real talk. Do not think that it's the end of your world or the end of your life if you don't make it professionally, fellas. You understand? Like, I'm being serious. Don't look to basketball to fulfill your happiness. Because it can't. The game don't love you. The game don't know you. The game will keep going after you're gone. You see what I'm saying? Like if you don't play again tomorrow, the season still happens. Like people still play. Hey, we wake up, we suit up. I'm not saying you're forgotten. It's just a fact. Kobe doesn't play in the NBA anymore. Did the NBA shut down? No. Did we miss any games? And he arguably is the greatest player of my era. But he's done. The game, honestly, don't love the mama. We think it does, but it's an inanimate object that we give life to. We say ball is life. Is it really? Because after you're done, if you don't know who you are while you're playing, you're going to have a hard time finding yourself after. When I got kicked out of college and I knew I couldn't play anymore because I was in debt and I needed my transcripts, I was struggling to find out, like, okay, what do I do now? So y'all got to figure out, like, what's my real purpose? I know basketball is a part of it, but why am I on this earth? Like, anybody in here, do you know why you're here? That's sad. You know why you're here? Why are you here, my man? Can't really say it. Is it just like it's too big and you don't think everybody will vibe with it?
A lot of people won't understand.
Won't understand? It will hit me with it. I'll understand. I'll try.
Like, it's like, it's more than basketball, but like spiritually to help people find themselves and spiritually.
Okay.
Spiritual thing.
I'm gonna ramp off what you just said, because I agree. Everyone's purpose in here is to literally help other people find their purpose. If your purpose doesn't show people what they should be doing in their life, then you don't have one. You're just existing. Even if you're successful, if it's still all about you, then you're not living out anything that's truly impactful. Like with my training, every time I'm in the gym and I get the chance to work with a player, you really think I'm just doing like skills and drills? No. I'm boosting that person's confidence in themselves. I'm telling them things like, yo, I know it's hard where you come from. Or I know your mom just died. But use that as a tool to do this and to do that. It's more than the game of basketball. We pray before our workouts just like you guys pray before you hoop. I call them throughout the season, not about basketball, but just ask them about life. Because I know my purpose is to help these other young men and young women find out why they're here. If you can use the game to do that, cool. But if the game is all about just you making it to the league or you getting paid, then what's going to happen when that stops? Why do you think so many athletes like end up broke or they kill themselves or they get divorced or their families leave them? Because the game consumes us. I think about basketball all the time. But honestly, I've had to learn that that's not healthy. I've lost relationships. My family suffers. I'm a deadbeat cousin. I don't even know my cousins like that. My uncles, my aunts. My cousin just died the other week. I knew her and I loved her, but I'm struggling with the fact that I don't feel the way I should feel when somebody just died. Like I'm not as emotional as I should be. That's rough, bro. Like my first cousin just passed. I grew up knowing her my whole life. She took care of me. Like she gone, and I'm not even. Because all I can think about is I didn't get up 250 jumpers today. What? We got to put this back in perspective. Like we got to fix some stuff. But yet I'm more sad when, like, I don't know, we lose. The game don't love us, man. Only God loves us the way that we deserve to be loved. And honestly, we don't deserve as much love as He gives us. So figure out how to like get your life centered to where everything else is just a tool to use for His glory. And I don't mean that to say when you hoop, you say, well, I'm just playing for Him. But you know you're not. I'm talking like for real, like, okay, when I step on the court, I'm looking for opportunities to actually build up people around me. Like my teammates know I love them. They know I care about them. Even if you don't get along with them. I fought with my teammates last year. I fought 2 players at the same time. They weren't going hard. I called them out on it. They got upset. They got physical. They looked like they wanted to do something, so I just went ahead and went first. Just went first. I'm too small. If I let you hit me, I might not get up. So, you know, it's like, all right, I'm going to pick out the one that I think is the quickest, hit him first, and then the slowest one, all right, we can dance a little bit. But I still love him, though. After that, it was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I was just in a moment. Yeah, it's cool, it's cool. We straight. But they know why I'm there. They know that I'm not selfish, I'm not egotistical. So they can argue with me, fight with me, disagree with me, and we can always come full circle. How many of your teammates would actually like run through a wall for you? How many of them would give up their last for you? How many of them actually love you? Like you said to them, they be like, man, I love you too. You probably too scared to say it because you sound gay. Yeah, it's my guy, bro. Hey, much love, bro. It's never, I love you, right?
I just said that to my friend.
You said it to your friends, that's what's up, though.
I said it, Jimmy.
Okay. But how many of them, when you say it, you know like they actually mean it when they say it back? Like, bro, I had a teammate, before he came, he was a D1 transfer. So he looked at all the rest of us like we was nothing. We couldn't compare to him, you know what I'm saying? In his eyes. He was a point guard, so we played the same position. This dude, every practice, would be late, would never have his jersey on, his gear on in time for us to be on the line. So our coach would just run us. 17, get on this, I know what 17 is. You get on the sideline, you got 17 touches in a minute. You want to do that before you even stretch? Heck no. You about to die. And we doing this every practice because of him. So I'm thinking to myself like, all right, I'm finna steal on him. Like next time he come late, it's no worries. Like I'm going for it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like I ain't telling him. I'm not that type of person that be like, yo, I'm finna. I just really in my mind be like, all right, okay. You know, like after we done running, like that's what's up. Like we finna settle this. He gonna have to see me. So we finish running, and I go over there to just pop one off. He started crying. So I'm like, dang, I ain't even hit him yet. And he wasn't no punk. I knew he wouldn't fought me back. So whatever he was crying about was real. And he was like, man, I just miss my brother. And so I'm thinking he homesick. The brother he talking about is a brother that got shot to death like years before. And so the game of basketball always reminds him of his brother because his brother was a killer too on the court. He saw his brother get his chest opened up, like they shot him to death and then reloaded him. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Now with these eyes, threw his brother in some weeds and some bushes. The same bushes where Cyrell was hiding because they shot up the car that they all were in and he jumped out when the car swerved and crashed and he hid because he knew they were going to check to see if everybody was alive and they were going to kill whoever was. And he said he tried to like put his brother's chest back together, like he tried to like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And so he's telling us the story, and he never cried before. He was always a tough guy. He had a gun in his room. Like all he cared about was females, getting high, and dropping 30. That's all he would talk about. Nobody can guard me. Like his Instagram name is like, I'm unguardable. He was real like arrogant to me. I didn't know he was just a regular dude. I couldn't stand him. But then when he told me that story, I started to understand who he really was. And now it wasn't even about making him do what I wanted him to do.
Oh, so you don't know?
No, we never fought. We never fought. Actually, I fought for him. So I'm saying all that to say, I have teammates now who they don't even play anymore, or we've gone separate directions, they're at different schools, and they always message me and they be like, man, I love you, man. Like, I miss you, dog. And I'll be like, not even expecting to see something like that. Like, it's not my birthday, you know what I'm saying? It's not my funeral, it's not a special day. I'm not married to this person, it's not our anniversary. Why are you messaging me? But they always be like, yo, you remember when this happened? Bro, those were the funnest times. Like, I miss that, bro. I love you, man. Tell everybody I said, what's up? How your family doing? How many people have you touched that way? How many people have you allowed to touch you that way? Some of y'all so guarded and you don't show who you really are that you can't even accept the love that God's trying to give you. So you missing out on so much while you're here because you thinking like, I can't let them see the real me. I can't open up. They can't know what I've been through because they'll never understand. Let them understand. Let them try. I had never seen somebody's chest open up like a flower before. I've seen people get shot in front of me. I've seen things like that. I've been on the block, so I know how it goes, but I can still like empathize with that person. I can feel what you feel. I'll allow myself to cry with you if you need that. That's what I mean when I say basketball should be like a part of your purpose. The game helps you meet other people that you can impact forever. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know anybody in the countries y'all come from. I've never been to Venezuela, Jose. Never. But now I got a little bit of Venezuela with me when I leave. Because I can say, oh, I know Jose, I know Luis. This is what they told me about where they're from. And now I'm rooting for you, really not just for the rest of your career, for the rest of your life. I want to know when you get married, when you have your first son or your first daughter. Little Jose, hey, hey, Uncle Korey. You know? All the young ladies in here, like, I don't care if you don't go to some Division I school. I hope that you are successful in whatever you want to do. You want to be a great mom? Okay, I'm praying that you do that. You want to be the president or CEO of a company? I'm hoping you do that. You want to sing, dance, write, whatever. I don't care. This is not about the game. I'm not here to recruit y'all. I'm not here to get y'all no offers. I'm not here to give y'all some Nikes. Sorry, but I wish I could. But this is about you. That's why I can sit there and listen to you explain how the world's flat. Even though, like, I'm thinking, like, yo, this is, I don't know, like, but you're speaking, you're important to me, even though we've never met. So I'm going to listen to what you got to say. That's all of our purpose, y'all. Help each other get to each other's destination and love each other on the way. Communicate even when y'all careers are done. Stay brothers, stay sisters, even when redemption is just a part of your past. These coaches and these people here are not just your coaches and your teachers and your dorm advisors. They're people that really want to be a part of your life for the rest of your life. Y'all feel me? I see some of y'all getting sleepy, so. I need to, actually, before I leave, I need to try to get everybody's contact info. Like, if you got social media, I'd love to follow you, you know what I'm saying? Be able to talk with y'all however you want to. You got like an email address, that'd be cool, you know what I'm saying? If you have just a mailing address,